So I'm about to go to try to do my cord mod because these dangling cables are killing me. And I'm sitting here looking at the box. And you look at the box, you kind of notice, I never paid no attention before. Look how short they got the cords looking on the box. Like, they already know that it shouldn't be like that. And they actually got on the box where it looks like it's not that bad. But then in reality, the cords, they hanging almost all the way to the riser. All right, so I got the control deck off. Took the screws out the back. And this is what you got. So it's an encoder. You know, you got your USB cables plugged into the encoder. And this is your buttons. So, you know, I'm gonna drill the hole through here, or I probably might cut it with a jigsaw. That's what I'm trying to decide about how I want to cut this. I can cut it with a jigsaw and sand it, or I can just drill a hole through it. These right here, I'm gonna pop. I guess you slide this right here out. I'm about to figure out how you take these out to pull this out and then redirect them through here. So we're gonna see how that come out. Let's go. So you just unplug it from here, and then you can pull it straight through out of there. Once you take these little plastic clips off right here, these is basically what holds this on here. When you pull that off, you can take this and unplug it from the encoder. I'm using one hand, so that's why it's kind of doing it like that. So then you take it off of there. You can move it like this, and basically it'll you can kind of pull it through. So let's see, like that. All right, like that. So now I'm gonna take these off and go downstairs. So I was gonna drill it, but I'm thinking I might use my table saw on it. Not like my MIG saw, my miter saw. I'm sorry. I might use my miter saw on it and just cut it like a straight cut coming down, so that way it's a smoother cut. That's what I think I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna unscrew these right here from here, and then I'm gonna take them downstairs and use the miter saw on it. I'm gonna take off like a half, maybe even not even a half an inch, like a quarter of an inch is all I'm taking off. That should get that straight. I'm gonna take something. Oh, I ain't even got to file it off like I thought I had to. It's popping off on its own. Checking it with my fingers, getting all the little pieces off, because I don't want nothing that can cut the cable or anything. So that way it's a nice smooth edge. I don't think I even use no sandpaper on this. It's the best paint I see that works, because it'll paint the guns like pretty much the original color they was back in the day. Set it up like this so that way I won't get overspray in the garage door. I take up the lenses for the guns so that won't mess them up. Let's get it. Let's get it. Like I got all of it. Like I said, I'm gonna go over with a flashlight while it's wet. See if I got all the parts of it. Just do a little inspection. Let it dry and then throw another coat on there. Let me open this garage, let this fumes out. All right, so with the guns being done, this is what the guns came out looking like. I think it looked pretty good, pretty authentic. I mean, I probably could have maybe added like the little, I think it's like this where I used to be painted red, I think, these buttons. But to me, it looks pretty good, pretty clean. Then you pull the guns out. You gotta get the distance on that bad boy like you want it. I ain't get any paint on the lenses, so I did good with that. And it's not hard to put the cord back in. As you see, I'm doing it with one hand, so it ain't hard. So once I finished that, I started worrying about the sound, because that was one of the main things I started noticing when I was playing the game. I didn't like the audio. The audio sucks. So it's like the guns are loud, but the guns are kind of a little too loud, and you can kind of, I like my sound to be immersive when I'm playing the game, with the explosions and everything. This T2, you versing a whole clique of, T800s, you know what I'm saying? So I want to upgrade my sound. So you can upgrade the sound a couple ways. One way you could do is a Logitech way. You know, you got a little hockey puck thing. You adjust the sound. It's Bluetooth, so you don't have to worry about a remote control. And you can put this anywhere, and it won't matter about you not having access to the cabinet to get to anything. Logitech system costs like $115, which ain't bad. But when I do my mods, I try to go as cheap as possible, if I can, you know what I'm saying? So what I did was I found out that at Walmart, they said these boom box, sell them at Walmart and Lowe's, and it's like these little boom box that you take on a work site. It has like a 3-hour, I think, battery life on it or whatever, but you can plug them in through a USB cable to any kind of power source. You can plug it into like a USB adapter that plug it into an actual wall outlet, or you can tap in through the cab. So this is what it looks like inside the cab. See if I can show you that. That's what it looks like inside there. And I got it on its back, so that way, see how with the top part of it is? That part's where the remote control has to be the access for like a little infrared beam to go through. I put it by the vents, so that way when I need to cut the cab off and on, or when I need to cut the audio off and on, I can access it. And you kind of got to be able to do that right there, because when this is on, when you cut this cab off, it makes this loud buzzing sound. So it's kind of like I'll demonstrate that now. And this one thing about it that it does that sucks. So what you have to be able to do when it does this, because it's going to do it as soon as it cut off. So it's like that. And that's annoying. So if you got the remote control, I got it where it's not too far from the wall. And I can pretty much, you know, get back here and be able to cut it off.
Power off.
So that's one way you can do it. Now, I'm going to cut it back on, because I'm just trying to demonstrate kind of how this works.
Power on. Aux input mode.
And it'll come back into the aux input mode. And then all you gotta do is cut it back on. And you can adjust the volume of this with the arcade 1-up volume buttons. So you want it to go inside the cab at all. Now, this is one option that you got of doing this. Now, the third option is what I have over here on my arcade machine that I made. So, you know, I was able to finish my arcade 1-up that I made, my custom arcade 1-up. I finished my marquee, got my marquee looking a lot more neater now, a lot more better, a lot more cleaner. Shouts out to Melissa, who made my marquee for me. I had messed up the previous marquee. I got it somewhere in the room. I don't know if I even want y'all to even see it. I had messed it all up. So she got me a new one. Didn't even charge me for it. So that was real nice of her. So she's a good person, you know what I'm saying? So with my machine, what I end up doing, I end up taking the plexiglass, I end up marking it to be the length of the screen. I paint the plexiglass black, and then kind of taped up where the screen gonna be at, and that's how it came out, just like this. I think it looks a whole lot better. It looks just like, you know, basically like how arcade 1-up screens be, just like that. So back on the sound. So for this one right here, this has the same exact kind of speaker box like that one has, but it's different. This one right here, the sound is actually like this. The controls are like this. So on this one right here, the controls are in the back of it, where you can, you know, easily get to the volume, you know, the microphone. I got a lot of wires back here, because I got wires coming through, going to other things. But you can access all the wires and all the buttons through here. You know, you cut it off and on and everything. As you see your power switch right there. So that's one option that you have too. And yeah, so that's pretty much how it works. And as you see, I'm gonna show you how the sound is on here. So we're gonna just start the game. And I'm gonna show you how the sound sounds. Because that's the thing, you know, like I said, the guns are really loud. So there ain't really no other way that you really can do it, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna show you how loud it can go. So you see I'm turning the volume up. And this is on 10. And it sounds like this. This is, as you see, you got full control of the audio. That's max audio. So roughly, you're gonna have this thing probably on 8. I wanna say, man, how I get on here and die? I wanna say you only gotta have it on 8 for it to be, you know, for you to play comfortably with the sound. I'm surprised at me ready to shoot because I'm using my left hand, but you pretty much get the idea of how it is. So with the cord mod and painting the guns and doing the audio, I think this system right here, this arcade cabinet is good now to me. I think it's good now. Now granted, that took a little bit of work for me to get it like I wanted it to be, but you figure, boy, I spent like $8 for the spray paint. I paid, let's just say, $30 for that speaker box to go in there for the audio, and I only paid $2.99 for the cabinet. So I can't even complain about that. I think that wasn't bad. I don't think that was bad at all. You know, like I said, compared to the prices they selling arcade one-ups for now, I think that wasn't bad at all for me to get everything I wanted out of it. So that's all the mods I done to my T2 and the mods I done to my Capcom vs. SNK2 cabinet. And you know, y'all take it easy. I appreciate y'all, you know, tuning in to my vids. And I hope to see y'all soon on more videos. All right, y'all take it easy. Peace. I only paid like $37 for this at Walmart, so it wasn't that expensive at all. It has a microphone, and I'm gonna tell you I can use a microphone in a minute. So it's kind of cool. You can actually hook 2 of them together if you really need more sound than this, but I doubt it. But it has an 8-inch woofer, a 1.5 tweeter, you know, it's Bluetooth. It has a lead circle with the lights and stuff, you know, flashing. Has auxiliary input, which I'm hooking up to the Pandora's box, and then I have the bass and treble controls. The controls are like this. So on this one right here, the controls are in the back of it, where you can, you know, easily get to the volume, you know, the microphone. I got a lot of wires back here because I got wires coming through, going to other things. But you can access all the wires and all the buttons through here. You know, you cut it off and on and everything. As you see your power switch right there. So that's one option that you have too. And this one right here kind of makes it a little bit more easier, you know, if you're not comfortable, you know, trying to use the remote control to cut it off. It just all really depends on what you want to do. If you want to have it where you don't have to touch anything at all, you can go with Logitech. Or if you want to kind of go down and, you know, spend a little bit less money, you can go with these little boom boxes they sell at Walmart. Another cool feature they have too is they have microphones to them. Now you're probably thinking, what do you need this for? But actually, it kind of have a purpose. So just say like, you know, 2 people playing the game. They playing Street Fighter, we use for example, and they're getting really, you know, if they're getting real hectic on the game, you can actually be a hype man. You can get the microphone and you can be, you know, in the background, you know, right next to them, like hyping the fight up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. It's something I never thought about doing, but it's kind of fun. But I left the microphone on this cab on. On this one right here, I don't have it on here. But yeah, so that's pretty much how it works. And as you see, I'm gonna show you how the sound is on here. So we're gonna just start the game. And I'm gonna show you how the sound sounds. Cause that's the thing, you know, like I said, the guns are really loud. So there ain't really no other way that you really can do it, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna show you how loud it can go. So you see I'm turning the volume up. And this is on 10. And it sounds like this. This is, as you see, you got full control of the audio. That's max audio. So roughly, you're gonna have this thing probably on 8. I wanna say, man, how I get on here and die? I wanna say you're gonna have it on 8 for it to be, for you to play comfortably with the sound. I'm surprised at me ready to shoot because I'm using my left hand, but you pretty much get the idea of how it is. So with the cord mod and painting the guns and doing the audio, I think this system right here, this arcade cabinet is good now to me. I think it's good now. Now granted, that took a little bit of work for me to get it like I wanted it to be. But you figure, boy, I spent like $8 for the spray paint. I paid, let's just say, $30 for that speaker box to go in there for the audio. And I only paid $2.99 for the cabinet. So I can't even complain about that. I think that wasn't bad. I don't think that was bad at all. Like I said, compared to the prices they selling arcade 1-ups for now, I think that wasn't bad at all for me to get everything I wanted out of it. So that's all the mods I done to my T2 and the mods I done to my Capcom vs. SNK2 cabinet. Appreciate y'all, tuning in to my vids. All right, y'all take it easy. Peace.